Well, I just had a huge consciousness event that I just feel compelled to share verbally with everyone. I'm in bed right now, actually, as I speak this. It's very huge because it deals with experiencing an emotional wound. I do recommend those listeners read a post I made this morning on twin flames, and it gives a context for this issue that I think will be helpful to many. But anyway, in that Twin Flames post, I speak a lot of emotional wounds, and then at the end of it, I share how I feel I have a generalized anger towards society, and I'm probably too sexual towards women. But I'm optimistic that I'll identify my twin flame because I don't have a lot of other issues. I have a few, but not drastic issues, I don't believe. Anyway, I did it this morning, and then I went back to bed because that was really early, and I went back to bed for a nap. Now, one of the issues that I've been into, and a lot of people I even know are into in the consciousness realm, and that is trying to process emotions, deal with emotional issues. One of my mentors, a male, this is his focus. Till Swan recently came out with, I think, her book, The Completion Process, which is another means of trying to get to emotional issues and resolve them. Let me tell you that those individuals who focus on emotional processing are going down the right path. This is the way to do it. I can say with just total confidence from many perspectives, which I won't get into. Anyway, the problem is feeling these emotions. It's not easy necessarily, because there are defense mechanisms and coping mechanisms that cover them, shield them, such that we often don't even feel a red flag that there is an underlying issue. Things may feel okay, but in fact they're really not. They only feel okay because of the defense mechanism. So this has been one of my problems, because I am in absolutely perfect sickening physical condition. I know that's ironically said. I just don't have any illnesses or weaknesses pretty much, and so it's tough to figure out at times where my issues are. Even though I know I have some, I do feel psychologically certain tensions here and there. So here it is, to get to the point. I drifted off to sleep, and I in this, basically in the sleep state, you could say, I don't know if it was a dream or not. It's not really that important. I don't think it was a dream, but it doesn't really matter. But in my spirit state, my sleep state, I had an interaction with my father, who was picking something up behind the television or what have you, and I made a comment to him. I don't even know what it was, but it was an intelligent comment. I knew it was the kind of comment that he might not really value, and he might ignore. And he did just that. He just sort of ignored it and just kind of talked as if, spoke right past it in response, basically. And I immediately, started venting towards him. Maybe I can do some now. I mean, like, if it brings up the emotion. But I'm like, why won't you fucking listen to me? And so it is, actually. If you feel the emotion, that's actually the real emotion. Why won't you fucking listen to me? And it's just rage. But anyway, so I felt that there was a little bit of emotion right there. I felt it, and then I woke up. And then I remembered, while awake, feeling the emotion while I was in my spirit body. And I realized that I'd actually came upon an emotional wound and realized what it was, and remembered the feeling of experiencing it, through this waking, sleep state and waking state. So that's it. This is huge. You need to experience and feel and actually cry out these emotions. They build on themselves through our childhood, and it's this onion layer of trauma and debris that actually caps our consciousness and prevents the appearance of our psychic abilities, of our love state, of really incredible abilities that we have as humans. So I guess I want to end on the note that I've sort of already referenced, that it is a little bit scary, though, that when my dad does not listen to me in the present, it hadn't. Even recently he'd done that. It doesn't hadn't really affected me at all. I hardly felt it at all. It was hardly even annoying because he hasn't done it he hasn't listened for 40 years. So that's a little scary. It makes you realize that many of the issues we have, it's not so easy to even find them because we've developed these mechanisms to just gloss over, these wounds very elegantly and without pain. So anyway, it really is kind of an epic experience because, again, experiencing something in a sleep state and then waking out of that and remembering that you'd actually experienced that emotional wound. And this is what happens after you die, by the way, is you're just in the spirit body and you'll have these kind of interactions. If I had died, let's say 2 days ago, then I would be in my spirit body, and if my father, went to sleep last night, as he would then go into his spirit body while asleep, and I might have had that experience with him, while I'm basically dead and he's alive. I would come to him in spirit body, he'd be in spirit body, and we'd have that interaction, but it'd be real in that realm, because when you're in a spirit body, you don't have the same level of resistance, and you don't have a lot of those filters actually not operational, all of them in your spirit body. Some are. So anyway, that's it. It looks like emotions can actually be discovered and start to be processed and remembered, through remembrance of what transpires in the sleep state while operating in your spirit body. Peace and love to you. Bye.